So this is an example just using simple UV absorption, where it's a warfarin pharmaceutical ink, and you can see that after a week, you're still in the liquid phase, and then after a couple of months, that warfarin will start to crash out of solution, and you can see this difference in your absorption, and you can catch that ahead of time. And so this could also be if it was sitting on the tarmac and there was some degradation. Can you catch it before you even start your printing? For the system we were looking at, you can get a traceable report for each dose for the number of droplets. So if you've missed droplets, you have the choice to go back and redeposit those into that specific dose. You can eliminate that dose from your batch, but you're having this real-time measurements. And we've seen with the talks, you can have real-time measurements of the gravimetry of the tablets as they're being produced, microscopy, and I'll mention that in a second here when we get to the at-line and online batch confirmation. And so there are a lot of analytical techniques. You can gravimetry for measuring tablet weights. You can actually measure droplets being ejected. Microscopy is big in your traditional 3D printing. So can you use machine learning or AI to identify when a print is going bad prior to finishing? Spectroscopic techniques, we've heard about near IR, UV vis, Raman. And a lot of the metrology we're doing is helping regulatory stakeholders and industry understand limitations of some of these measurements. And for example, Raman, if you're getting into a low concentration into a high bulk material, you're going to have difficulty seeing that low concentration API. And so, what are the limitations of these instrumentations that someone might want to put in place for this area? And then, as the printing technologies improve and increase, we've also seen an improvement and decrease in size for more on-site, very specific technologies such as mass spectrometry. And so as these instruments become smaller and smaller, they may not be something you're seeing at a pharmacy, but if you have a distributed manufacturing site or one of these on-demand pharmacies where you're rolling up with a number of trailers and you're setting up a pharmacy in a natural disaster area, you might have this analytical technology for your quality control. And so I was happy to see this with these companies too, a traceable production report. This is critical for understanding what you started with, what's in the doses, what the batch looks like. Is the content uniform? Are the doses correct? That type of thing. And we saw that again and again today. And so most of what I've talked about has been measurement science, but I also want to, socialize with the community and everybody here today kind of more what can we do beyond the measurement science? So standards, documentary standards, what could really push adoption of these technologies and help not only pharmacies, hospitals implement this, but what might regulatory stakeholders want to see or need to see? And so standards are critical kind of for enabling comparison and interoperability across these different technologies. And as more come out and emerge, we want to promote the research, manufacturing, innovation. Can some of these technologies and these unique capabilities been translated across technologies? Expanding adoption, obviously, in manufacturing capacity.